They are on at the moment. They're holding those lights. And as they go out, we go racing. There's a couple of cars still coming out of Dunlop Corner. And all the Dunlops on these cars now are going to have to be put to the test down into turn 1 for the first time. Cool tyres. They're not quite up to race temperature yet. But a good start there nonetheless coming out of Bob Neal, who leads out by the looks of things there. And a bit of manoeuvring from the German around the outside coming into turn 1. Trying to find a way through into the S's. And of course into those S's we'll be passing the guys there from the BMW dealership here in Gqeberha. As they come through there, it's a good start from the German. Oh, not such a good start there from Gradwell. That's Sean Gradwell, the man we just chatted to now. Leon Loebscher putting pressure onto the front end right from the word go as they come through Chevy for the first time. And the German also starting to try and pick his way through the field rapidly. Trying to keep an eye on Lyle Ramsey's progression as well. Looks like he's challenging for about 4th and 5th place as they come through Dunlop and complete the first lap in anger. They come out of the first of the S's there, and that 48 car of Nick Macris is under huge pressure there from the privateer. See again, looking for. As always, a massive thanks to all of our associate sponsors with this category as well. Not only do we have BMW M Performance Racing Series sponsored now by the OEM, with BMW getting behind this series in a big way, but of course we've got ATS Motorsport, we've got the likes of Arrow involved as well. It is great to see all of the sideline and associate sponsors joining the M Performance Parts Racing Series and being part and parcel. And of course, a massive welcome to all of our local competitors from PE in East London who have come to join the Gauteng BMW Club here and be part of this very, very successful race series. And Bagioni fighting off Vansel and Anwar Levy there. Then just behind that, you can see they're starting to line up. The 50 cars squeezing through and looking for a chance to now try and hang on to the second pack of cars. And it is a fantastic effort so far being put in there by Marco. Marco Retta hangs on in the red car. He's got Late and Cochrane behind him. Naidu's joined the party as well. There's Nick Fisher, your current reigning champion in this category. And slowly but surely he's also making up some ground there. It's a nice run though, but losing some ground there unfortunately is Mansour Parker. So it looks like the Jive car just dropping slightly back into the clutches there of the hard charge, as I said, coming from Fisher. So they're all fighting for Class C honours. Right now Class A heads down towards turn 1. No answer yet from Loebscher, although he's keeping Bob Neal very honest there. The Delmont Mining BMW under huge threat. And those two F30s having a fantastic fight to the front end. Bit of pressure now from Loebscher. Loebscher starting to just feel the need to get ahead and get away and try and stay in the lead. Ooh, Neal with a little moment. Bob Neal with a big moment, in fact, coming out of that final corner Dunlop. It might have just given the opportunity here for a chance for a dive on the inside. No, Loebscher's just not able to squeeze through though, but he applies pressure down into turn 1 in Class B. Smith from Ramsey from Necris. And Macris, I beg your pardon, Nick Macris, that is. Macris, of course, doing a super job just ahead there of Anwar Levy. And Anwar Levy, well, he's a little bit further down. Now, that, of course, is Mansour Parker. And Mansour Parker in that Jive Bunny machine. It's the 46 and 45. Very similar numbers on the side of those cars. But the 46B machine is looking good. And looking for a chance possibly to get ahead now of Macris and maybe even catch Lyle Ramsey. And head on to their merry way for another part of the proceedings here today. It really is an action-packed race day that we were expecting today. We start first and foremost with this BMW M Performance Racing Series, and that's the kind of action you get. Wow! Sure, that was late braking there from Nick Macris. Trying to close that gap down on Lyle Ramsey. He's done that on the privateer as he goes into the S's, but nearly got a little bit out of shape there under braking. You can see it's rattled him slightly. He's lost a bit of ground. And speaking of losing ground, oh, that's the German. Andreas Meyer parked on the sideline. That's at the entrance to pit lane. So the German has gone missing and he's parked on the side. Fortunately, looks like it might be terminal there. And oh, Ramsey runs wide. Ramsey runs wide in the hairpin, and that is all Macris needed. As they head and cross the line there. Behind there is a bit of a change-up as Vansel's now got ahead of Oz. So Nicholas Vansel's found a way through there on Oz Bagioni. Anwar Levy, as I said, in amongst those Class B competitors, keeping himself safe from Nick Fisher, who's closed the gap down slightly. Let's see whether or not Fisher can do anything about Levy now is ahead of him. He'll certainly be looking to try and close that gap down and get through if he can, and he does that under braking up to the hairpin. So some manoeuvring here properly from the man with the number 1 on his car. This is the podium fight right now, and this is the battle for the lead overall and for Class A. Lopesha trying to use some traffic now. Bob Neal sees him coming, shuts the door up into Dunlop. He's not going to give any room here to the man on his tail. Here comes Lopesha. Lopesha with a slightly better exit. And with 2 to go, looks on the inside down towards turn 1. There is a back marker that they've got to negotiate as they head down there. You hold your line. It's up to the leaders to find a way past you. He didn't deviate from his line, so they did everything right there. Now let's see whether Lopesha can do anything with a lap to go. Past the fan base there from the local BMW dealership. Nelson Mandela Bay BMW are there in the S's and they're supporting this category in a big way. Looks like Cochrane's had a bit of a nudge with somebody as well. He's got some battle scars on the front left of his car as we see a dive on the back right. Oh, and Bob Neal misses something. Something's broken on the car. Out of the hairpin, Bob Neal comes to almost a stop. And that just gifted Leon Lopesha an opportunity for a win. It's going to be Lopesha. Opportunistic driving there from him after something broke on Bob Neal's car. He's going to come past Cochrane. He's going to take the win. So it's Leon Lopesha taking Class A. Are we going to see Radina Smith come through? No, Smith has come through. There you can see in the background, Smith is going to come through for second overall. Bob Neal has got some serious problems. Something has gone wrong there with literally half a lap to go and getting gifted the victory there. So Lopesha comes through. Still no sign of Bob Neal. Has he pulled into the pit lane, possibly behind the German who's stricken in the entrance to the pit lane? The rest of the field coming through there, and of course Class C we would have seen just in the background with Anwar Levy taking the win over Nicholas Fisher and Marco Retta.
Yeah, this was, I'm sure this was the hardest race of my life, and I really enjoyed it, but it was tough. And I think the two cars is very much the same. I think mine is perhaps a little bit better through the corners, but he's got more power on the straight, so it's very competitive. So it was a very, very hard race. Unfortunately, he picked up a little problem. So we'll see the next race. Thanks.
It was a fantastic race between Leon and myself. Unfortunately, on the last lap, I ran out of fuel. Hopefully, won't do that again. So looking forward to the second race. Should be a good race.
Well, the weekend started off with a little bit of an issue. We weren't up to pace, battled to get it to the pace. The Oaks, Freddie and his guys from Fast Development really pulled the hair out of a hat. The car was phenomenal. It was like it was on rails. Pretty uneventful race, had a good start. And just cruised from there. Leon held me up a little bit through some of the corners, but next time I'll catch him.
It was a very exciting race. Started pole position in Class B, had a Class C. I had a good fight with Oz and Nick at the end of Class B. I had Nick Fisher fighting in second place. It was a tough race. By lap 9, lap 10, tires started overheating. He caught me, but I'm glad I got the win. Good weekend. I'm very happy so far.
The Mobox Automotive BM of Claudio Jardim leads out Class C as they come round to take up their start positions and get ready to go now for Heat 1 of Classes D and E of the BMW M Performance Racing Series. Here we go. Drop the hammer time down towards turn 1. A couple of cars spreading out, looking for a way through. Right from the word go, Nienaber is the last car across the line. First car down into turn 1 is the pole man, Neil Reynolds. So the Valve Hospital BMW leads out. 3 cars fighting for the lead as they come up towards the hairpin for the first time. You can see all the oil issues now have been sorted out. It's not slippery into the hairpin anymore. These Dunlops will certainly be loving life as they come through here to get up to optimum race temperature. Great maneuvering through there as well, coming from the 88 of Ari van Heerden. Looks like Ari might have just moved ahead. Yes, he has. Ari's hit the front end of Class E, so Ari van Heerden with a good start. Looking to take on the front end of Class E and stay there. Reinhardt, his brother's a little bit further up the road. He's, of course, running out of Amtech Racing and Heijo Transport in second for Class D. Ooh, a little off track there. Oh, and sideways out of hanger. Well held. Some good driving there from Andre Diedrichs. Just managing to catch that car as it started to slip and slide out of hanger sweep. So it looks like the slower traffic in Class D affecting the front end of Class E slightly. They're having a bit of a little fight of their own there. Maglad car there of Sean Valence having a fantastic run. He's up into the top 5 overall. That's Miller out of shape. Heijo Transport into the flowers. Not quite spring day, but he's certainly enjoying the spring time here on the side of the track, in amongst the flowers. Possible change up for the lead. Oh, it was close. Reinhard Miller had a big look there on Reynolds. Reynolds just able to keep him out and still keeps him out, heading down towards Chevy Sweep. Valence had a big look as well. Kept out the attack from Andre Diedrichs, who's now putting pressure onto him. So there's pressure for 1 and 2, there's pressure for 3 and 4 just behind them. And that Valve Hospital BMW of Reynolds is under huge pressure from the Amtech and Heijo Transport BMW. Possible change up here for the lead of Class E. Yeah, had a big look, but Jardim not able to get the nose in. And runs wide and out onto the dirty stuff. So just compromised his drive into the final corner to try and have a go there to find a way through, but couldn't quite get there. Not going to be easy though to find a way through on Matt Wadley. That little BMW's got a really, really good turn of pace. Chatted yesterday actually to Heinz Bezay from ATS Motorsport and Dunlop, and he was telling us just how well prepped this club car is. Track taxi belonging to the BMW car club of Gauteng, and it's given to a couple of drivers to drive through the year. Wadley getting the opportunity this weekend to have a go. Class E's changed up. They've got through on Wadley of Sean Valence. Valence, what a good run here. Local competitor. He said he was going to try and give it his all, and he's certainly doing a superb job there. 4th overall, 3rd in Class D. So your top 7 cars are Class D, 8, 9 and 10 are Class E. Right on cue, there it is. Yeah, it's the Fleet Care. It's the Fleet Care livery on the side of that car, I think it is. So yeah, it might be Static Fleet Care. Yeah, there we go. You're spot on, Jodes. Thanks for that, buddy. Paul Berry running those colours. This is the battle we're watching right now. 17 versus 711. And it's Phillips versus Berry. Inside of Koraninova coming out of Dunlop. And across the line there. With another lap completed. And once again, Jardim has also got through. Oh, Reynolds getting through there and changing things up, but into the S's has the favour returned. So it's Reynolds versus Miller here. And it's not done yet between these two. Down. Harry van Heerden's got to try and close that gap down on that car just ahead of him. Coming out of the hairpin. That's 1 and 2 in Class E. Heading down towards Chevy. There we go. Oh, and the Valve Hospital BMW takes the lead. So it seems like Reynolds might just have the top end speed over that Amtech and Heijo Transport BMW of Reinhard Miller. Oh yeah, we're going to change up. I was going to say, Andre Diedrichs, has he been able to keep out Valence? No, he hasn't. Sean Valence has found a way through and could possibly end up in the top 3. First time out there for the local man. And the MagLab boys are going to be happy about that performance, that's for sure, as he runs a little wide out of Chevy. But the Valve Hospital BMW is about to come through for the first victory in classes D and E here today at Aldo Scribante. He wins out over Reinhard Miller in the Amtech and Heijo Transport BMW. Reason being, we're going some back markers to negotiate here, and will it affect the change in Class E? No, it's not. It is Berry who's dropped back 1 position though. He's lost out there to Stephen Phillips on the line, but Class C still goes to Claudio Jardim, managing just to stay ahead, only just ahead of Ari van Heerden.
Well, that was a fabulous race with the tussle that I had with Reinhard. I started at pole, and he got through on about the 3rd lap when I outbraked myself, and then I managed to get past him about lap 6 or 7. I managed to get past him again after he nearly spun, and it was great fun, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah, so that was a very eventful race, first time in the group, and had a big tussle with Ari and Matthew initially. Once we got through, myself and Ari, we had a clean race till the end. It was quite a decent gap to the guys ahead. So we eventually caught them on the last lap, and then, yeah, last corner was a bit exciting with 4 of us going for the line, but yeah, we managed to hold on to it. Thank you, enjoyed it.
It was a massive thanks also to all of our marshals and race control here from Aldo Scribante. Wishing Sparky a very healthy and speedy recovery as we go racing down towards turn 1. He's certainly been missed here today, but the boys and Lynn have kept the flag flying here, so to speak, as we get into race 2 now of A, B and C of the BMW M Performance Parts Racing Series. Up towards the hairpin, Bob Neal hangs on ahead of Leon Loubser. And just behind that, they line up in the form of Nick van Zyl ahead of Mansour Parker. Here comes Macris on the inside, looking for a way through there on Ramsey. Ramsey closes the door. Renier Smith behind that. He's got Bagioni trying to close things down, and bringing the German along for the ride is Oz. But here comes Loubser early on the attack into the final corner. Benjamin Leighton, Marco Retta just behind him. Retta fighting hard. Looks like it might be Retta who's got ahead now. Anwar Levy behind that. And looks like Leighton's dropped back slightly to possibly catch a couple of the Class C competitors up ahead of him. He did that early on, and he leads out. Oh, Ramsey sideways. Ramsey a little bit out of shape coming out of the hairpin. So the Jive Drinks machine looking for a way past there is Levy. A's are side by side, or almost, as they come across the line. Mansour Parker in the second of the Jive cars there, sitting in third place on the road, but leading out Class B. And he just said he'd like to be at the front end of Class B. He was going to turn the wick up slightly. Certainly looks like that's exactly what he's doing here in race 2. Oh, Ramsey sliding out of Chevy Sweep. The back end of that BMW stepped out properly, and he just drifted it out of Chevy Sweep up the hill. Loubser still not finding a way past, and even with the slipstream, can't get through there on Bob Neal. Looks like the German's got a problem again. Andreas Meyer's dropping out of the timing sheets. He's dropped down out of the top 10 and 11, possibly the 12th, 13th or 14th. So certainly some kind of an issue there for Andreas Meyer. Hasn't worked out for him this weekend. And in fact, he comes past our commentary booth as I speak into pit lane. So Meyer out of this one. Retta hangs on, pulling away and watching the two guys behind him fight it out for second. Remember, Nick Fisher is our overall champion from last year. That's why he's got the number 1 plate on his car. And his improvements have been pretty spectacular as well, and looks like he could be improving one position. Or will he? No. Levy keeps him out. Speaking of pushing hard, there's a little bit more intent being shown here by the Bidwheels car of Leon Loubser. As I say that though, the straight line speed there of Bob Neal's car is really the differentiating factor there. Parker Parts and Jive Cool Drinks car of Mansour Parker at this stage leading Class B. There's your Class C leader, the PPE machine, Progress Precision Engineering, and it is Marco Retta who's at the wheel of the Red Devil. Back markers now coming into play as Bob Neal catches onto the back end there and tries to find a way through. I think that might have been on Ban, in fact. Yeah, that was Ban and Gqeberha they've gone past on. So they go past the chairman. You only have one less lap to go, and they've got 2 to go, in fact, of this race. So has Bob Neal got enough fuel this time to get him to the end? Down into turn 1, there you have it. They get through on Cochrane. He gave them some room to play. And now they go flying past the Nelson Mandela Bay BMW dealership entourage. They're just on the right-hand side of our shot here, watching this BMW M Performance Racing Series go at it. So there you have it. Second race win this time with a full tank of fuel. It's Bob Neal from Delmon Mining who wins out over Leon Loubser. And Mansour Parker looks like he's hung on. Yes, he has. Oh, has he? Here comes a late dive from Macris. Nick Macris versus Mansour Parker to the line. Who's going to have what it takes? They're side by side. Mansour Parker just hangs on. Wow, that's the way you do it. Brilliant finish there for Class B. Mansour Parker, Nick Macris. Have a look at the difference there. What was that? 1/10 between Macris and Parker across the line, and then Renier Smith in third for Class B. Class C, it's PPE's Marco Retta coming to the line once again for the win. He's going to be happy with the performance of this machine down here in PE and takes the victory in Class C to win out over the second of the Jive Cool Drinks BMWs of Anwar Levy. Or is that going to be the case? Yeah, they come. It is Levy versus Fisher to the line. And on a similar vein, he wins out as well.
Yeah, interesting day. Started this morning in qualied first on pole. First race, everything was good until 500 metres from the end. On the last lap, we had a fuel issue. LTR Racing worked on the car this afternoon, found the problem. We went out now into race 2 on pole and kept it there until the end. Very excited, and thanks so much to Lee and Brandon from LTR Racing.
Alright, so we came to PE at average pace during the practice sessions. We worked on the car a bit here, tried to get some more pace here. We finished 4th overall in the first race, and then reverse grid. And race 2, I managed to finish 1st overall here. Just like to thank all the sponsors for the BMW series, my wife Monira Parker. We had an awesome weekend. Thank you.
So we had an interesting start to the weekend yesterday. We lost our traction control on our ABS. It caused a massive lockup, flat spotting two of our tyres. We couldn't get the ABS to work yesterday, so we had to start this morning without any ABS. And first race went very well. Took it very easy under the braking. Traction control we got to work again, so that was great. I think I started in 4th place on the grid and I ended in 3rd. And then this afternoon, the second race, we started with the reverse grids. We started in, I think, in 2nd place. I managed to get the whole shot into the corner in the class, and then managed to pull a gap on the field behind me. It was an excellent weekend. I thank BMW, the Car Club of Gauteng, for the wonderful support. It is our first time here and racing, and we appreciate everything. Thank you.
Lights are on. The car still coming out of Dunlop as the lights are about to go out, and they go out. It's napping a bit in the background there. They've got to try and close that gap up and not let the concertina effect get to them. But needless to say, out front, what a start from Stephen Ocamp. And how's that late braking, locking up those Dunlops into turn 1 from Andre Diedrichs, but around the outside. Thanks for coming, Sean Valance. That is a super start there from the Mag Lab BMW. He gets the whole shot and leads into turn 1 with Ocamp on his tail. Then it's Diedrichs who's a little bit out of shape with the wheels onto the inside curb coming out of the second of the S's. Nearly stepped the back end of that car out in a big way. And they seem to be just following through there as there's some manoeuvring happening from Stephen Phillips and Neil Reynolds. The two of them trying to make their way to the front as quickly as possible. Across the line again, down towards turn 1. Diedrichs on the inside, looking for a way through. Can he find it? No, the Amtech car is going to keep him honest. And Reinhard Miller is going to make him work hard for it. There's a move from Reinhard Miller into 2nd. Dropping Ocamp down to 3rd and into the clutches of Diedrichs and Reynolds. How's this 3-way fight as well? Brilliant stuff here. Phillips, Berry and Archer about to join the party. So that's another lap down. 12 lapper for these guys. 3 done and 9 to go. Reynolds through. Moves up 1 place now and drops the 97 car of Stephen Ocamp down 1 position. So our pole man now drops down into 5th place on track. In terms of... Oh, and there's a change up for 2nd. Diedrichs up to 2nd place. Further back, Johan Miller still fighting hard there with the 44 machine of Claudio Jardim for Class E honours. Dierwold just up the road there, so it's Dierwold. No, in fact, is Dierwold through? Yeah, Dierwold's through on Ari now. Looks like Dierwold's got a bit of a problem here. Coming out of hanger, they've closed on him rapidly. Inside line from Claudio, trying to find a way through on Ari, but Ari just shuts the door. Dierwold Smith does the same thing there to Ari, so 3-way fight for the lead of Class E is certainly on the cards here as they come out of Chevy Sweep up towards Dunlop. He's going to have a go down in turn 1 though, and just backs out. VTech Motorsport wins out this time. Into to head up towards Dunlop as our leaders are already there. That is Reinhard Miller. Hasn't been able to shake Diedrichs. No, he's got about 1.5 second advantage. Diedrichs might just turn the wick up here in the closing stages. There's 5 to go. As I say that, he tries to get into the slipstream and pull out down towards turn 1. He's on the inside line for turn 1. Diedrichs looking for the lead. Can he hang on to that inside line? Yes, he can. Oh, brilliant stuff. Hi, Tanya. Oh, and off track, here we go. Forcing that M-Tech BMW onto the dirt. And Deirdrick's now almost onto the dirt as well. Yeah, this is good action. That's the way you do it. Sideways from both cars. It's through. Here comes the return of the favour. Diving up the inside. And Miller gets back into the lead. Miller, Deirdrick's and Valence about to cross the line with literally 6/10 between them. 6/10 of a second between those first three cars as they cross the line. Here comes the overtake into turn one again. But it looks like that straight line speed of that camel riding machine seems to just keep him out front. Valence now looking to try and squeeze on the inside of Miller. Change up for second in Class E. Jardim is through. He's ahead of Ari van Heerden. Once again, it's Deirdrick's on the inside of Dunlop to get through for the lead. Watch for the return now as Miller gets onto the loud pedal. Tries to get into that slipstream. He's going to have to worry about the mag machine behind him, that MagLab BMW of Sean Valence. Here comes a change up for Class E. Yes, there we go. Jardim's at the front. He's got through now on Smith. ACD Valcom machine of Leonard Archer. He's now made his way up into the top 6. Make that. There's your first 3. Make that first 4 down towards 1. So Deirdrick's now going to try and keep Miller out. Will Miller have a go up to the hairpin? There is a car in the way, and one they might need to negotiate a way past on heading into the closing stages. That might work into the hands of the Valve Hospital BMW of Neil Reynolds. Here they come. Deirdrick's hangs on to the inside line. Fends off the attack from Miller. Going to try and use this back marker to his advantage. It might be perfect placement here for the back marker. And Deirdrick's, if he gets it right, will be able, I think, yes, yeah, he will be able to hang on to possible victory here. So they're not going to catch that back marker until they get onto the main straight away. And that back marker might live to fight another day. No, he's not. Checkered flag's going to be out. And it is Deirdrick's who takes the win. Andre Deirdrick's takes the victory. Miller in second, Valence in third, and Neil Reynolds in fourth. Here comes Class E to the line with Claudio Jardim looking for another victory. Mix box about to get another victory there. There it is in Class E. And he wins out over Dierwald Smith, who keeps Ari van Heerden behind him for second and third place respectively. Matty Wade.
Yes, good day, afternoon. It was a very pleasant day here at PE, Aldo Scribante. They entertained us so much, and thank you very much to the BMW Club of South Africa, to their sponsors, Empower, Dunlop, and all the other sponsors. Without you guys, we would not be able to make it. Guys, this is a great club to race with. I thank Bernard and his boys, and I'm looking forward to the next event where we can meet each other. I actually miss you, Oaks, when I don't see you. Good luck, drive safely back, and have a good night. Bye.
First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this event at Aldo Scribante at the Friendly City, and also all the sponsors, organizers of the BMW Challenge Club. It was a very nice event, turned out very well. From my side, I only practiced this morning, so the track was new to me, but I managed to take off a second place at the last heat from Ari with half a car's length. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's a wrap from PE. Yeah, we really want to thank all the guys from PE, East London that came out, Cape Town. But a big thank you to the guys in PE, the accommodation that they organised for us. We really appreciate it. Also thanks to Nelson Mandela Bay for the BMW X5 that they used for the pace car. And all the BMW fans that came to watch us. We had some epic races. I was a bit fast yesterday, not so much today. But yeah, I really enjoyed this track. And I can't wait to be back here. Thank you very much, guys.
Dunlop is super proud to be here today for the Regional Extreme Festival. We are supporting 4 series here today, BMW being one of the biggest. It's been a fantastic day, lots of excitement, exciting racing, and we're looking forward to moving on to Cape Town next week.